Hi Libra, welcome to your mid-month readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of June, I'm offering the special called Inside Out, which is a reading that was created to resemble a little bit of the Gemini themed season we are currently on, which is all about duality and contrast. So if you would like to know more info about that special or any other of my tarot services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So Libra, I do feel like this mid-June carries a little bit of a mystery here that some of you are trying to understand. There's a sense of things being so subjective for some of you Libra, and at the same time so emotional, so hard to define, that there's a tendency for some of you to even hide. I feel like some of you are hiding a lot of your emotional responses. It's like internally you may be feeling so sensitive, so touchy, so vulnerable, right? Or fearful of some sorts. But on the outside, you might not at all give that away. So I really feel like some of you are, there's this energy of like an oyster. It's like you are shutting outside influences. You are shutting them away or down because you feel like this energy you have inside of you, it's so susceptible to those influences that you may not know how to deal with it. So basically there's a sense of withdrawal from emotional connection. Some of you might be refusing to open up as well to something here. You might be very protective, I feel, of your internal selves. And for some of you, it might even be that you are kind of observing, and listening and tuning more to that intuitive place of you so that you can understand something that might be, what's causing this. So basically what I'm saying is that some of you Libras, with the moon being the opportunity, you're going to face some type of emotional circumstance that might really make you feel uncomfortable, because usually the moon is so unclear and it's not at all a very trustworthy energy. So you don't know what you're counting on. You're seeing something on the outside, right? But maybe what's deep inside of it might be very different. It might be what you're seeing, or it might not be. When you join the moon and the high priestess in the same reading, being that the moon is the opportunity and the high priestess the advice, you're really, really, really intuitively connected to a high force. And the information that is coming to you, it's not coming from objective places. So if you keep looking for objective answers during this period of time, you might go a little bit crazy, because logic, explanation, facts, reliable energy might be missing on during this mid-month of June. You really might be kind of learning how to navigate this, how to navigate through these waves of, it's like the waves that are communicating with you are coming and going, and they are bringing a lot of intensity to you, because the messages that they are bringing might be making you feel weird, paranoid, afraid of something. At the same time, this is a period where Libras are being called to be very, very, very aware of what your intuitive energy is telling you. The moon and the high priestess in the same reading being in the positions that they are specifically are telling you that you are kind of, during this period of time, you have this high psychic force with you. So if your gut tells you that there's something that is not right, if you have this type of dreams or visions that keep haunting you, if you just get a feeling of some sorts that something is, you know, what is different from what it seems, those type of things, trust it. It's not a time though to act upon it, but it's like, save the information, because you might need to use that later. You might need to, during this time, it might be, for Libra energy, it might be about, how you say, like, taking in information that they will probably need later on, because the Seven of Pentacles is here as your challenge. Your challenge is to feel like things are painfully slow to evolve. Some of you feel discontent with the tangible results you have currently in your life, because with the moon and the High Priestess in the same reading, you might not feel like there are results at all, like that you keep trying to do something, you keep trying to be hard. It's like to be so hard working into something, you know, so patient, so diligent, so respectful of something, so you can have it in your life. But the more, it's like the more you do this, you feel like the less you have. Some of you are also dealing with energies of forgiving, needing to forgive things that either are not happening the way you expected them to happen, or to forgive deep emotional core situations of past influences that are still emotionally dragging you and taking you down and putting you in a place of it's like inability to connect. I think that one of the main reasons why Libras might be dealing with all of this mysterious, this is a very mysterious mid-month. I think that situations coming to you during this period of time, you should trust them with care, but also pay attention, read between the lines, see beyond what's being shown to you, because I really feel like there's a lot of underlying motivations and reasons for things to happen the way they are happening for some of you, and you might get a glimpse of that, of a knowledge, right? A knowledge of some sorts that you have been waiting to receive, but it might come in a very different way, in a very different way from what you have been waiting for. It might come in a dream. It might come in a sudden revelation that you have within, you know, your own mind. It's like having this charge of psychic information coming to you, and then suddenly just understanding or seeing the reason for something. This is a moment where, again, you're dealing with a lot of unknown factors, and the tendency, maybe because of this emotional charged force here, the tendency maybe to jump into conclusions is, or to believe that things are worse than actually what they are. It's high as well. I feel like some of you need to work on progression of emotional states, which means that for some of you that are still trapped in past influences, severely attached to past influences, because the moon talks a lot about the past, and the Seven of Pentacles, it's also an energy that comes with us for a long time. So for Libras still attached to past influences, this is a moment where you're also advised to do some type of emotional work to have your feelings flowing in a progressive way. You don't want the waters within you to stall, to stagnate, to rotten. So keep working on the current here of your emotional drive. Now, I feel like some of you, it's like your soul, some of your Libra souls, it's like you have, this is a very interesting reading. It's like some of you, your soul, your internal self, something, it's like frozen on time here. There's an experience or a time frame in which, of course, this might have been triggered by an experience that was emotionally profound and traumatic for some of you, but something in you froze. And again, you might not consciously know where did this happen, but it's very important to retrace or go back to a point of origin. I also feel like some of you could benefit from doing some type of therapies that help you get to the deep core issues again, things you might completely be unaware of, like things that happen to you a long time and that maybe you repressed or you forgot or you're not considering as relevant to what you are currently, or the reason behind the reason for things being so confusing are so slow to happen in your life, especially dealing with emotional it's like emotional ties or emotional situations like relationships or some sort of need on Libra's side to emotionally rescue a part of themselves that, again, I keep getting the sense it's like a part of you was left there behind. You are here, but something was left there. And I keep getting the sense that some of you need to go back to come back as well. So, of course, that this is a metaphor for many different ways, right, that this can be manifested in your life. Always take what I say and put it together as it makes sense within your own personal story. Now, it's also a period of time where your sensitivity is in focus. So you might want to nourish and care, give extra care for your own emotional needs. But at the same time, I feel like you are kind of, during this mid-month as well, tempted to, some of you Libras, I'm sorry, you might be tempted to do things, how you call it, I keep getting this energy that I can't explain to you in English. It's like to mess around with energies, right, for Libras that are knowledgeable about energy, about the law of attraction, about invoking things to them, bringing them things, manifesting from those deep, deep places. I feel like some of you might be tempted to do something, to mess with an energy that might not be advisable because things are not clear. Things are not in the open, and you might be doing something for a reason and then end up realizing that maybe it's not at all what you were thinking. So be very careful when falling into ways, tactics, that are emotionally manipulative, to force things to happen before you are ready for them to happen is also a message here. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and please keep doing so. Again, if you would like a personal reading, just email me, and hopefully we'll see each other soon.